All right, so we are on to the next one. This 67 Chevelle Super Sport. We are going to do a total rewire on the car. So that's where we're at. This the next ride. Nice looking car. He brought it up from North Carolina. So we're gonna see what we can do with it. I had him run the lights, just a little advice, because I learned from another car I wired. I struggled to try to get the park lights to work with the headlights, not realizing, which is my fault, I just forgot, not remembering that the park lights don't work on these 60s model 60s model Chevys. When the headlights are on, the park lights don't work. They go off. So what I do now is I have someone run the lights before I even start working on it. This one, the reverse lights don't work right now. So that way I know if it was a problem with my wiring. Just little things I try before I even start on it to see where the wiring is at. So just a little advice. Learn from my mistakes. All right, so I got the 67 Chevelle in the garage. About to do a total rewire on it. Got a kit from, what is that, American Wiring. I have never used their kit before, but I'm gonna try it out. American Auto Wiring. So we're gonna try it out on this car. And look at that, it comes with a handle and everything. I hope it's easier to put in. I mean, it's easier to carry, so we'll see what happens. All right, so this is the wiring under the hood. That's coming out. Well, this is coming out. I didn't know it had a vacuum pump on it. They didn't mention that. They got the wire running across the front of here. Got a battery disconnect on here. I don't know if the battery's running dead, or I don't know why. Then the fuel pump, if you don't disconnect this wire, the fuel pump constantly runs. And it looks like this wire used to be for the fan, the hot wire for the fan. But they got this wire here. So all that is gonna be replaced anyway. All right, so I have all the factory wiring out of here. This thing has a whole lot of extra wiring that has been put in it, whether it's for the nitrous and all that stuff. And so you see all the wiring that's still in here, which I didn't sign up to mess with all of this wiring. So what I'll probably end up doing is cleaning up what I can as far as making it look nicer. But I'm not going to get into this hornet's nest. You can see all these wires running to the nitrous switch. I'm not messing with any of that. I can't do it. Not that I can't do it, I'm not doing it. Because I would have to pull everything apart and rewire. And then I opened the glove compartment because I've seen some wires running under the dash. And as you know, if you follow my channel, I just did the 67 Camaro and they had wires running that way, so I had to take the glove compartment out. But to my surprise, when I opened the glove compartment, this is what I saw. I am not messing with that either. I should have my light, but I guess you can still see it. I guess all of this is for his nitrous controller, which I was not told ahead of time that it had a nitrous controller in it. Actually, I even asked, and I was told that it didn't have a nitrous controller. Then I saw that when I pulled the distributor out, not when I pulled the distributor out, but when I took the wiring loose, I noticed I didn't take a wire loose from the coil, which led me to realize that there's probably an aftermarket box in here. So then I looked under, I pulled the rug back, and I see what looks like an MSD box wire. So then I found out that, turn this around, the ignition box is under there. So I don't know how whoever hooked this up hooked up the ignition, but that's one thing I will have to work on, is getting the ignition, getting the power to the ignition with the key. But that I will work on. So that's where I'm at. Oh, let me show you this. This is, just so you know, yeah, this is all of the wiring, the harness, the factory harness wiring right here. So all that other wiring that I showed you is wiring that was added. So, time to get into this American Wire, Auto Wire, and sort it all out, get it going. All right, so now I'm working on the wires on the inside of the car. I got the fuse box out, so I'm trying to get all the wiring from out of here. As you can see, there is a lot of butt connectors and splicing going on in here. So, yeah, this should be pretty interesting. There are butt connectors everywhere under this dash. There was a few under the hood, as you saw, but there is a lot under this dash. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, did you just sneak in our trailer and not hit that like button? You already in here. Hit the like button. Also subscribe. And while you're at it, leave us a comment. We would like to get so many that we can't even read them, but be respectful. But like I said, you're in here. Hit the like button. You like our content? Hit the subscribe button. I'm watching you. Watching us. All right, so got all the wiring from under the dash. So now that means, including the fuse box, that means all of the factory wiring is out of the car. But as you can see, there's still a lot of extra wiring that was put in after with all these butt connectors and stuff. And then now you can see all the wiring in the glove compartment that I was trying to show you for the glove compartment, since I have the dash partially down. So there's a lot of wiring over there. I'm really not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit, but I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't know exactly how it's all wired in there. And then these all the wires are going through the firewall. I'm not really gonna mess with that either, because again, I don't know how they have it wired in there. If I can figure it out in a short period of time, I will, but if not, I'm just gonna put the factory wiring in, and we'll go from there. So now it's time to start putting wiring back in. Well, not tonight, because it's tough for me to get to bed. So that's where we're at right now. All right, so I cleaned up all those wires. Remember that was going through the glove compartment. Spoke with the owner, and he said take all of that stuff out. So I took all of that stuff out. These wires here are to the MSD. The MSD is under the seat. So I took all those wires out. Let's walk around. So this is under the hood now. So all those wires are gone. I'll probably try to find a smaller grommet to cover that up. See if I can find one. I may have one around here, who knows. And then, so like I said, he said take all the extra wiring out. So, this is, hold on, let me grab the light. Hold on a moment, I need two hands. So, this is under the dash. Only thing in here is these are the wires for the gauge. So I'll clean all those up. And this is the wire right here for the tack. I'll get that all straightened out. For some reason, someone ran all the other three wires over top the steering column and ran this green wire underneath. So I'll straighten that out. And like I said before, I already put the fuse box in. So yeah, now we start going back together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now it's on to the next one.